StudioPlug.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is StudioPlug, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to EQ any sound on FL Studio. This is just kind of my methods of how I EQ and how I move my sounds around. So that's pretty much going to be the topic of this tutorial. Before we go ahead and get started, make sure that you are wearing some decent headphones, like some Audio Technicas, Yamahas. Just make sure that you're mixing and mastering or EQing any sound. Just make sure that you have some nice headphones on. Cheap headphones like the ones you can get at the 99, or even iPhone headphones won't work as great, or Beats by Dre. So just wanted to get that out the way. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys which sounds I have, and then we'll start mixing from there. So these are the sounds we'll be working with. So it's just pretty much the basics of a beat, and they all haven't been touched yet. So the first thing we're gonna do is highlight all the sounds and go to the first channel, push Control Shift L, and make sure we got all the sounds in there. Then we're gonna go ahead and right click the first one, just so it's muted and it's the only one. Just so it's the only one not muted, and we get to hear how it sounds like. So now we had a parametric EQ. And from here we just go ahead and start mixing. So as soon as I push play, you can see all the frequencies over here. This is good for those that see better with a visual learning rather than sound. But this is how I EQ. I would bring the first knob down, and that's gonna get rid of some of the low end. So I'm just gonna go ahead and listen to what my ear picks up and start removing from there. So we have that first one EQ'd, wasn't that much to do. Now we move on to the next one. As you can see, the main sounds are a little bit past the low mid and under the high mid, so we just go ahead and remove some of that. Also, since this is an ambient sound, I like to bring the separation down also with it. What that does, it just gives it more room to play all around the headphones. Just give it that full effect. Alright, so now we move on to the next one and add a fruity parametric EQ2. And same thing with this one. As you can tell, you could already see where we need to cut off. And the reason why we cut off all the low end is because there's other frequencies that fit in there, like your 808, your kick, your snares. So you got to make sure that you're leaving enough EQ, enough frequency for your other sounds to fit in. Alright, so now we move on to the next one. So for the kick, I'm just gonna cut off everything under 50, and I'm just gonna bring the high just down to about 5,000. So now we have it knocking. The reason for that is most of the frequency for your kick would be around the 50 range, and your 808 would be underneath that. So let's go to the 3X oscillator, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. All right, so for this part, there's a lot of tutorials that would recommend you to cut off a lot of the low end, just so you don't have that much bass. But if you love bass like I love bass, I love to turn this up actually, so I just do the opposite. A lot of people think that this is wrong to do, but in reality, we're posting up our beats without a vocal artist on it. If we had an artist on it, then it would have to have less low end, as you're gonna have to have more of the highs and the treble for the vocals to be loud and popping, you know. So since this is just a beat, we're gonna display it as such and just bring up the bass, just to make it stand out. So this is how it sounds. Next thing, we just go ahead and EQ the open hat. Followed beat by the crash. Then we got this perk. Next thing, we EQ. So I pretty much EQ'd all the sounds. Also, another some more advice for you guys would be to use high quality sounds, because if you're gonna use a sound that doesn't have good quality, then you cannot bring good quality back to it. I do this every time I do my mixing and mastering service. Someone would send me in their track outs, and I hear how bad of the samples that they use that it's hard to even repair. So I just ask for the Fruity Loops project, and I just repair those sounds with some of my sounds, since I have a lot of high quality sounds. So sound selection is key when you're trying to EQ. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and disable all the just the effects on it, so you guys can see how it sounded before and after. So I'm gonna go ahead and play them one by one. So for that one, you can tell I got rid of the low end. Let's move on to the next. So same for that one, you can tell it got rid of the low end. Also, don't forget we brought down the separation. So you can tell with every single sound, from the hi-hat to even the 808, how it got rid of the air. It just fixes up your sound to EQ. So now that we heard them all, I'm gonna go ahead and play all the sounds together without the FX on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play it again with it on. So all the sounds are EQ'd, and they all sound like all it's missing is the leveling and the master. So that is pretty much it for this video. I will come out with a how to level your mix, and I will go ahead and build up more of these as I get you guys ready for my mixing and mastering tutorial on how I mix and master myself. I'll drop that soon, probably before the month is over for you guys, just so you guys can know how to mix and master before the new year. I know a lot of you guys been requesting, and there's not really much tutorials on how to do that from engineers that actually really get down on their mixing and mastering. But hopefully this helped you out on this tutorial. Anyways, if you guys like what you guys saw, make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback, let me know what you guys thought about the video. I'm gonna come out with the leveling, how to level your mix next. And if you guys got any other requests as far as EQing, mixing, or anything that has to do with this, just let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, that is it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. StudioPlug.